Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a journey through tarot. Hope everyone is doing well tonight. Evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is where you're at. These are timeless readings. Today we'll be doing a reading for the collective of the sun sign Aries. If you have Aries in other parts of your chart, this can also relate as well. But this is kind of just for the general Aries. Okay, Aries. So just based off of the general feel for how I'm feeling, that this reading already kind of, just the temperature of the reading is what I'm going to start calling it. I'm feeling like you're in a pretty good vibe here. I feel as though you are content in life, where you're not quite, overly exaggerated, and you're not quite, bored and apprehensive or nervous or anything like that. I feel like there's a good middle ground for how you're feeling right now. And I apologize, I'm just lighting the sage here. So I feel like you're feeling pretty content in life. You're feeling quite understood, and maybe you've found a niche that you're interested in, and maybe your career path is headed in the right direction and you're feeling hopeful. And again, I keep getting the word content. It's like you're almost like laying out in the sun vibes, where you just kind of like, chilling in the shade. So I love this vibe. This is a great vibe to have. Let's just take a deep breath and just set the intention to have a clear, concise reading today for Aries. Okay, Aries, I'm feeling just super relaxed, cool as a cucumber right now, so that is awesome. So I have a few decks out today. I do have the Nightmare Before Christmas. I love that deck, one of my favorites. And I apologize, I tend to forget what this one is called. The Nordic, mythical Nordic. Hold on, let me verify really quick. I apologize. It is called the Magical Nordic Tarot. Magical Nordic Tarot. I apologize. It's just one of those decks I forget the name of. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. Spirit, what energy do you have for Aries today? What does Aries need to know? And I want to say for the month of December. What should Aries know about the month of December? All right. Spirit guides, ancient ancestors, please give us a clear and concise reading for Aries in the month of December. That's too many cards. Let's start over here. Clear, concise reading. I feel like there's a lot that Spirit wants to say right now. Oh my goodness. These cards are fairly new and they're pretty stiff, so I apologize. Just trying to get them. Okay. Aries for the month of December. One more good shuffle here. Okay. Spirit guides, ancient ancestors, please give Aries a clear and concise reading for the month of December. By the way, guys, I'm also an Aries, so hopefully my readings doesn't come in. All right, so we have the Death card in reverse. That's an interesting start. We have the, what is this? I think this is the Eight of Potions. Eight of Potions. Eight of Cups. The Hanged Man in reverse. Judgment in reverse. We have the Eight of Presents, Eight of Pentacles. Hopefully you can see these cards. Apologize if you can't. I don't know why everything is in reverse. Okay. So So I'm just going to start here with the Ten of Swords in reverse. So I feel like we're going through a lot of healing. I feel as though potentially linked to your past, there's been something kind of lingering over your mind and heart in the past year or so, it perhaps even longer for some of you. I'm feeling as though you are wondering, basically, when will I let go of this pain? When is it my turn? That's essentially what I'm getting from the Ten of Needles in reverse there. I know you're healing, but I feel like you're having a hard time recognizing your worth at this point. Or maybe this is past energy and this is something that you have been healing for a while. I feel like this is some heavy, potentially been hanging on to this energy for quite a while. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse tells me that you're feeling like lack of motivation. You're feeling pretty stagnant. And that's kind of why I'm getting this lingering resentment, something looming over you that's been in the crosshairs for a while. Okay? This almost makes me just want to take a large breath here and just, settle in, because this is something that has been ongoing for quite a while. And Aries, I know that we are one of the strongest signs, and we come across very, some people want to call us abrasive or passionate or maybe even aggressive. And I just know, especially myself and others that I know that are Aries, that we're really deep down very sensitive, and we take things pretty harshly. When we allow someone into our life, we mean it for life. And when someone betrays us, it takes on a stain of its own. And this Judgment in reverse tells me that whomever has wronged you, or who is ever needing karmic justice for something that they have done to you, I feel as though you're not holding a grudge necessarily, but I do feel like there is some karmic justice that you are deserving of. That you have done so much for a particular person or a particular scenario at work, or you have helped a multitude of people who didn't necessarily need it, and you just did it from the kindness of your heart. And this has been a heavy burden of yours. You've done something that has basically left a huge strain on your life, and it's not something that you regret doing. I feel as though you are just basically a saint. But my problem with that is that sometimes people take advantage of others, and we feel as though, I'm a good person and I'll do these things, but then we become this hollow person and we resent them for it, although we don't mind doing it. There's this feeling inside, almost emptiness. It's like, why did I do these things? If they don't appreciate me, or if I do more, maybe they'll appreciate me. And to me, that is self-sabotage. And this is a form of coping from trauma, where you give and you give and you give and you give, and you assume that person, whomever is creating this trauma for you, you assume that the more that you give, they'll eventually, recognize what you do, right? But narcissists, and I'm throwing that, word out there loosely, if you are dealing with a narcissist or someone who is lacking of empathy and, never thinks that you are good enough, if you are dealing with that type of person, I think it's time to allow some healthy boundaries, because there's quite a bit of stagnant energy here. There's something that's holding you back due to this circumstance It's almost like pulling Santa Claus down in this particular imagery. This heavy weight is kind of just taking him under, right? So there's something or someone that is bogging you down and taking away your success, your abundance, because you're allowing them to incorporate this. What I want to say is they're taking real estate on your life, potentially. And I know this is an interesting imagery to use, but think about your life like a town or something like that, and someone takes up half the buildings in your town. Although you did it out of the kindness of your heart, they're still taking something away from you. They're taking real estate away from your town, right? I know this is a silly little example, but I just really feel as though you're not seeing what someone has done to you as a negative thing, because you are just so loving and adoring. And I do feel that that person is taking advantage. Excuse me, I'm gonna take a drink really quick. Excuse me, I apologize. So, potions in this deck are cups. So this is the 8 of Cups in reverse, along with the Death card in reverse. So to me, the 8 of Cups is avoiding something that you need to walk away from. Because generally the 8 of Cups is someone walking away from cups that are all poured out. It's like it's a lost cause. There's nothing you can do to rectify the situation. It's time to walk away. That's generally in the Rider-Waite deck, that's how it's depicted. In this particular deck, it is potions in a graveyard, right? If you can see the imagery here. So to me, this is a very stale, stagnant energy again. It's almost as if these bottles are waiting to be, break free. They want to break free from this graveyard. It's almost like they're the only thing illuminating in this darkness right now. So there's 8 cups that you have. You have accumulated these on your own without the help of anyone else. Yet you're allowing someone to take from you because you're afraid to lose them. You're afraid of change, potentially. There's this spirit inside of you, this freedom that wants to break out of the glass bottle. Picture a bird in a glass bottle and the top is poured out and the bird flies away free. This is what this person wants. What you want. You want to escape from this graveyard, this prison, this darkness. Okay? Yet that blah blah blah, I can't talk, I apologize. The Death card in reverse also tells me that you are afraid of change. Change is inevitable. And change can be for the greater good. But someone is holding on to something that no longer serves them, and it's time to release it. So whoever that is, whether it be a person, a job, this could even be holding on to an idealistic, situation that no longer serves you. This could be you believing that I can't do it. Here's the thing about change and about fear of the unknown. The fear actually what's the word I was trying to say? The fear freezes us, right? The fear causes us to be frozen in our own comfort zone. Fear creates boundaries where there are none. Okay? Fear is just the devil's way of, or negative thinking constricts us. And sometimes it's self-imposed fear. So the death card in reverse is telling me that someone is afraid of some sort of change. And there are actually a lot of people in this world who fear change so much that they might actually self-impose, self-harm, self-inflict, self-sabotage good things from their life. And they hang on to bad things because it feels so normal. Our minds are so ingrained from when we were born, from the humans that birthed us, that things should be a certain way. And if we go outside of that barrier, our mind is literally constricted. Our mind is frozen in fear. But it's time to let go of this limiting belief, okay? I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. I'm not saying that this is an easy thing. But I want you to, and if this is resonating for you, I also feel like I'm having trouble speaking in this reading due to fear. It's like there's this confusion and unclarity. I'm very unclear in this reading because I feel like someone is just so shocked in fear. Let's go ahead and just sage a little bit more and try to get rid of this heavy, stagnant energy. And stagnant energy can be released through exercise, through walking outside, through just grounding yourself in nature, taking your shoes off and putting your feet on the grass and grounding yourself. Whoa. That can help you ground and remove yourself from being stuck in your logic brain, you know? Swords are logic. Cups are emotions. So you are aware of your emotional self, but I feel as though you are decapitating yourself, literally. You are limiting yourself in the aspect of growth. And to each their own. So if you feel like there is something in your life holding you back, whether it be a certain job because you make good money but you just cannot stand working there any longer, a person in your life, an ex that you're holding on to even though you've moved on and you're in a new relationship, yet you can't let go of the triggers that your ex caused in your life. I feel as though someone out there can resonate with that. Or, there's a looming career path that you would prefer, but you just feel like others would judge you or you're too afraid to take the leap of faith. But I do feel like there's a lot of self-imposed issues here. So let's just go ahead and get some more tarot. And I apologize for this being, such a heavy reading. But this is for someone who needs to hear it. Okay, Aries? Okay. So you decide whether it's love, career, finances, what this is relating to, family even, potentially. Okay, Spirit. Let's get some advice regarding this self-inflicted, stagnant energy. What advice do you have, Spirit? We have the Empress in reverse. So I feel as though you need to nurture yourself more. The way that I've been learning self-healing and self-love is to think about something that you take care of, such as an animal or your own child, potentially. And think about the way you love your animal, right? So I have a dog who I'm pretty much obsessed with. She's my baby. And I was told, and I'm studying to be a counselor, so I'm learning a lot of techniques. And I was told to depict yourself and how well you nurture your animal or child or, you know, whatever the case may be. Mine just happened to be my dog. Treat yourself the way you love your dog. And I'm like, there's no way. My dog is so spoiled, you know? And it's like, wake up every day and talk to them the way that you talk to your animal. Like, I love you so much. You're so beautiful. You know, the nicknames we come up with, all of that, you know? And another thing is to think about yourself and think about the fun times in your childhood, okay? Put yourself in your happy place if you did have, and then we all have had at least a good moment or two, you know, where you were just truly just one with the earth and just having fun, playing with your toys or playing outside or doing whatever. Picture yourself at that age. And then picture yourself in the present moment, modern day, speaking to yourself. How would you speak to your childhood self? What words would you use? How would you, say the things? Use that tone when you're speaking to yourself every day on the daily basis. You're doing great. I just want to let you know that I know you've been through a lot and it wasn't easy, but here we are. Just speak to yourself as if you were a young child. Nurture yourself, love yourself, mother yourself. You know what? Parents don't, they do the best they can, but no matter whose family, whoever you were with, there's always trauma, no matter what. This is my particular form of thinking. I like to tend to go back to childhood. Not everyone follows that same, way of thinking. So this is my particular thinking. So I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not trying to, but what I'm saying is everyone has been through trauma in some way or another. I'm not necessarily blaming your parents. There could have been something that happened to you, to each his own. But what I'm telling you is, and the whole reason behind what I'm saying is that we've all experienced some form of trauma, and we all need to be nurtured in some way or another. Okay, so there's that. So speak to yourself in a loving way, mother yourself. Or father yourself, however you want to say that. Okay, what else, Spirit? What other advice do you have for Aries? What other advice do you have for Aries? Okay, Spirit says we're done with this deck. Alright, we're going to break out my Oracle deck. This is my Shaman Oracle deck. Love this deck. One of my favorites. Will always be one of my favorites. Spirit says shuffle 5 times. 1, 2. Spirit guides, angel ancestors, what advice do you have for Aries? Aries collective. I'm getting anxious all of a sudden. I feel like someone's watching this is like, come on, hurry up. Number 17, Earth. What else, Spirit? Number 30, Lightning. Number 2, the Andine Cross. Number 44, the Sacrifice. It's funny that came out yesterday. Oh, sorry. Not meaning to hit my camera like that. Let's get 2 more, Spirit. The Medicine Wheel. Number 35. One more, Spirit. The Tree of Life. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm not meaning to hit this. I apologize. Hopefully you could see. I'm the worst at this camera stuff. Okay. Move these up so you can see the other ones. Earth, Lightning, Tree of Life, the Sacrifice, and the Medicine Wheel. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my guidebook here because I'm not familiar with these particular okay. Earth, number 17. 17 might be a particular number that, you know, calls out to you. Generally do see the number 17 quite a bit. So okay, it says Earth represents the gift of life. The symbol on this card refers to the body of planet Earth, the human body, and nature herself. We're reminded by the symbol that all creatures are born of the earth and human beings are the stewards of all life on this planet. It refers to what we make of it, our health, wealth, security, grounding, solidity, and stability. It reminds us that the world of form is a gift from spirit and needs to be treated with respect. So here's how I'm depicting this card, representing your particular read today. I feel like you are not seeing yourself as part of Earth and the beauty of who you are and loving yourself, much like Mother Earth. I think it's important sometimes to stand next to a mountain or something large, like a body of water, the ocean, some sort of naturist view where you feel small and grounded next to it, and it makes you realize that you are a beautiful part of this earth and you are an entity that belongs. Sometimes we get stuck in our phones and stuck in our rooms and stuck in 4 walls, and then we forget how beautiful the earth and life and sustainability could be. Okay, I think sometimes Spirit is telling you and guiding you to love yourself as if you love a animal. If you're like me, and animals are something that just open your heart, something that just makes you feel like you would kill for them. Treat yourself like you would treat a beautiful, wondrous tree, or the mountains, or beautiful aspects of life. I just think that you need to recognize the beauty in yourself. I think this also goes into the Tree of Life, number 58. I'm just gonna kind of quickly skim through and just kind of see if that's what I'm thinking here. Number 58, the tree of life. I feel like that is just the beauty and essence of what life is, right? It says time is a... Oh, I'm sorry. That could have been for someone. The tree of life is a sacred symbol throughout the Americas. Its deep roots reach into the lower world, the unconscious, while its branches reach into the heavens. Okay. So the earth is grounding us, right? It's making us recognize who we are in the spiritual realm of earth, where we fit in between the spiritual realm and of our current 3D earth life. The tree of life is the same. It's saying reach out to the lowers and to the uppers, the good and the bad in life, and find yourself in the middle and ground yourself. In my world, in the way I think, I don't necessarily see good and bad. I see lessons in each. So in order to ground yourself into the earth, you also have to recognize the potential bads with the goods. So I just want to say that there is a lot of meditation that would be helpful to you, Aries. I think meditation, if that's something you're interested in and you're not sure about it, just start with moments of silence. Just start with quiet, small moments where you're just alone with your thoughts. Start there. Give yourself 5 minutes in complete silence. Listen to the surrounding noises around you and then go from there. So again, there's this earth essence here when it comes to lightning. And it's just saying that energy ignites you with new inspiration and creativity. It says life has gifted you with a destiny that is in alignment with your passion and in harmony with all existence on earth. Now lightning has come to jolt you. Lightning has come to jolt you into accepting your destiny. Let this initiation release what is in the way of fulfilling your life purpose. So I mentioned that briefly about maybe you're in the wrong field because you'd rather, make more money than follow your passions. And what Spirit is telling you is that you can have both. There's this theme overall in this reading where you can have a balance. You can have the in-between. This tree of life tells you there's good, bad. Earth is telling you to ground yourself, but as well as connect to your spiritual self. Lightning here is telling you that you can follow your dreams and path to destiny and also make the money that you're seeking. You can have this wonderful balance. You just need to follow your intuitive abilities. And I think that this particular reading, for whomever is watching it who is an Aries, I believe that you need to meditate more and to seek your ancestors or your guidance of spirit guides more, because they are trying to reach out to you through meditation or through moments of quiet. And if you give them the opportunity, they will speak to you. The Andean cross represents the cosmology of the shaman. It depicts the 4 cardinal directions, the upper and lower worlds, and the steps to each of these realms. This one depicts the exact same thing as the tree of life here. All the realms match up. It says, this cross announces the start to a great journey. It's time to raise your gaze from the mundane day-to-day to that which until now has seemed beyond your grasp. Allow new wisdom to guide you and stop trying to make sense of it all before you respond with a resounding yes. The time has passed and the window of opportunity has closed. Now is not the moment to take the leap that you have been over-preparing for. It is best to wait until conditions in heaven line up again to offer you more I don't know what that word is. Just as important as knowing when to act is knowing when to return to your inner stillness. Again, this inner stillness that you need to find. Then there's the sacrifice and the medicine wheel. The sacrifice is saying, offer to Spirit which is most precious to you. It will be returned tenfold. So this is that lack mentality. You're so concerned with losing what you have. You're holding on to it so tightly. much like the Four of Pentacles, where you're just grasping on straws. You're grasping your pentacles so tightly so that you cannot lose them. But what Spirit is saying is, if you release them to us, we will give them back to you in tenfold. 10 times the amount of what you already have, you shall have. You need to follow your spiritual guidance, because someone out there is stuck in a rut of a job where they hate it. They can't stand it, but they say the money is good. I don't know whoever that person is, but if that's you, this is your message right now. Or someone isn't following the path that they know they'd like to follow. The medicine wheel is a sacred hoop with the 4 cardinal directions well marked. Are you kidding me? This entire reading all matches up. It says, to manifest clear blue skies in your life, it is important that you take a look at certain aspects of your being. Enter the medicine wheel from the south and reflect on how you are still clinging to events from the past. Continue to west and notice which relationships are toxic and drain your energy. Step into the north and ask yourself, do I know my passion and show it? End at the east direction, visualizing how you want to live the next chapter of life. It is up to you how much time you spend in each direction, minute, days, or months. But when you are done, make sure you step outside the wheel and contemplate your journey. It says you must not postpone your healing journey any longer. It can be difficult to start, but you must find the inner strength to step into the medicine wheel, or you may lose your opportunity. So, again, there's this level of something that needs to be started, some form of healing that needs to be... Okay, so I want to commend you, Aries, for your wonderful healing and for all that you have done to heal, but there's still something in your life that you're holding on to that is causing this extreme lack in your life. There's this mentality that you're holding on to that I can't do it, I'm not good enough, some sort of mentality that is blocking you, that is actually causing yourself to self-sabotage. What Spirit is literally telling you is that you need to release something. You need to release a mentality, you need to release a person, you need to release that giving and giving and giving to others, and you need to give to yourself. I think that you need to start recognizing your spirituality and all the power that you grasp. I mean, Aries is the number 1 in the zodiac. Aries makes things happen. So if that isn't enough to breach you forward, then breach into your guidance and close your eyes and say Spirit or God or Jesus or whoever you feel, you resonate the most with, and just say, hello, whoever's listening, please guide me. I need the help. I'm not sure which path to take. Please give me the sign. And you'll be surprised if you start journaling or meditating every day and giving yourself just a few minutes of quiet. You'll start seeing the signs that you're looking for. Okay, Aries, I'm going to leave you here. I do want to mention that I do offer personal readings. Please email the link, the link. Please look in the description box below. I'm going to go ahead and continue doing readings often. If anyone has any particular questions they'd like to ask, or, any other content that you'd like to see on this particular channel. I was thinking about maybe discussing twin flames, perhaps. That was something that I'm no expert by any means, but just thought that might be something interesting that we can all discuss and look into the cards regarding. Okay, this is where I'm going to leave you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, day, night, and have a blessed one. Thank you. Bye-bye.